I also have never believed that that lobbying influence changes the votes very often. Elected officials like ourselves know why we got elected, who we support, what our histories are, and we consider the matter, and then we vote up or down in a way our conscience believes is correct. But the perception of the public is that we are swayed by these influences. But I want to use the rest of my 2 minutes to talk about how egregious it is that we can't do anything to stop wealthy people from buying elections. The saddest thing in California politics today is that we have 2 Republican candidates for governor who are spending over $100 million of their own money. As much as I like them beating up on each other, the fact is, it's egregious. What happened to those wonderful millionaires in the 20s who used to donate money to good, not prop themselves up in some campaign to steal a state? The sad thing is $100 million could buy a lot of education for the citizenry of California. $100 million could fix a lot of potholes, could repair a lot of transportation problems. $100 million could build a lot of schools, could provide health care to those who don't have it. But rather than spend it on these wonderful things, we have 2 candidates who'd rather spend it on themselves to become governor of the state of California so they can control more billions of dollars because they don't have enough billions of dollars. That's the reality. And until we can penetrate that, and I don't know how we do it because the federal government has been very consistent. If you want to spend money on yourself, then gorge yourself all you want. Spend, to date, $68 million for Meg Whitman, $28 million for Steve Poizner. That's egregious, folks. And this measure is like a flea on a dog compared to that problem. That is the problem. So I would say, voters, vote for this measure to get the incremental benefit, and vote against any candidate that spends that kind of money on an election.
Mr. Smith.
And Mr. Alarcon, at least be consistent. If you want to criticize about Republicans using their own money, where were you when John Kennedy and Ed Kennedy bought their Senate seats? Where were you when John Kerry ran for president and spent his wife's money? At least be consistent. If it's a Republican and a Democrat and you believe that, then do it on both sides of the aisle. Don't just attack Republicans. Show consistency.
Mr. Garcetti.
Go on.
Or Mr. Alarcon.
First, Mr. Alarcon. I'll conclude. Go ahead. I'll conclude.
Mr. Alarcon.
I'd stand the way if I were.
I am consistent. That's why I'm bashing Republicans. I'm sorry.
Can't we all get along? Can't we all get along? Mr. Garcetti, maybe you can bring us all along.
Thank you, Mr. Alarcon, for your consistency.